All right, good evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome to the Fall 2021 Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society Induction Ceremony. My name is Kismet Lofton-Bell, and I am the coordinator for student leadership and honor programs, as well as one of the advisors for Phi Theta Kappa. I am excited that you're here in celebration of our students, those students who have achieved 12 curriculum credit hours, a 3.5 GPA or above, and have chosen to join the International Honor Society, Phi Theta Kappa. While COVID has disrupted our lives in many ways, we're excited to bring you back to campus to celebrate the accomplishments of our students. There is a silver lining to these disruptions that we have experienced over the past 2 years. And with that, Alpha Mu Rho chapter has had some successes. We are currently recognized as a 4-star chapter, having completed a college project last spring, where we were able to partner with the counseling services to provide workshops on topics such as depression, anxiety, and grief. We're excited to share that counseling services decided to continue this work into this year, continuing to provide these services to our students and the Forsyth Tech community. In addition to that, for the first time, we have not only had a student to attend the International Honor Institute, but I also had the opportunity to serve as a 2020-2021 faculty scholar, where I was able to help facilitate discussions with students on speeches and discussions with folks such as John Hibbing, who discussed being genetically disposed to political identity, Dr. Nell Irving Painter, who discussed the studies of African American history and returning to school later in life to become a painter, and how her study of history influences her art. Dr. Jamie Napier discussed how gender roles impact society, and Dr. Enrique Sala discussed how fishing in certain regions is costing several governments billions of dollars and is costing our planet's ecosystem. In addition to serving as a faculty scholar, I was selected as the Honors Program Council, where we write the biannual Honors in Action Program Guide. This guide is to help students on the community college level to conduct research-based service and have an opportunity to be published. I'm excited to say that the 2022 through 2024 guide is sure to be exciting, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Due to the virtual nature of this year's Catalyst, which is our annual convention, over 40 of our students at Forsyth Tech were able to attend, thanks to a generous donation from our Forsyth Tech Foundation. In addition to that, our students have been able to complete programs that allow them to build their soft skills, to prepare for the next level in life and in career and in college. We call those programs the EDGE programs, because what? They give our students an edge. And so because of that, in 2021, on the Carolinas region, we were recognized as a PTK Edge 4 for 4, having students to complete 4 of the 5 programs that we now have. Also, I'm excited to share that we've had over 10 students to complete the Research Edge program that allows them to learn how to appropriately conduct research on a community college level. Additionally, we've had students to attend every regional conference that we've been able to host, and I'm excited to share that Forsyth Tech will be hosting the 2022 Carolinas Regional Convention here on campus, so be sure to come back and visit us then. And I want to give a big shout out to Han Nguyen, who is one of our students and the AMB, or Alpha Mu Beta Service Honor Society president, for being the recipient of the Joan Keller Servant Leadership Award Scholarship for 2021. Let's give Hung a round of applause. Additionally, we have finally achieved a goal that I have been speaking into existence for 3 years. As of today, I can proudly say that we have achieved over 300 new members for 2021. There's still time to join, so keep joining until December 31st. So encourage your classmates and colleagues to join the greatest honor society that we have. And we are on track to become a 5-star chapter, meaning that not only are we going to complete a college project where we are focusing on reducing the amount of plastics usage on campus and being able to promote recyclable bottles, we are also completing an Honors in Action project where we will be focusing on the economic development or economic disparities that are happening within our region, Forsyth County, and determine whether there's mobility available and how do we impact that as a college. So be on the lookout for that soon. So again, this is a celebration. There may be times when someone else is speaking, but if you feel like you want to shout or whoop, then do so. I invite you to celebrate along with me. Now, I would like to invite our Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Jacob Surratt. Yeah, we can go. You can use your coaching.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for asking me to be a part of this. As Kismet shared, I am Jacob Surratt, and I have the honor to serve our community and our college as the Provost and Chief Academic Officer. One of our faculty members, Blanche Haley, also a faculty member. Beverly Lewis is one of our staff members in Student Services, and from Kismet Lofton Bell. So thank you all for your service and to making this a wonderful opportunity. Secondly, I'd like to congratulate the faculty and staff who have been nominated for recognition this evening. What you all do and what we hope all of our faculty and staff do and aspire to do is they make differences in the lives of our students. They offer quality teaching and learning experiences, and they help make sure that our students have not only the experiences they need in the classroom, but outside of the classroom to break down barriers to achieving their goals so they can get to the careers they want to serve in. So thank you all. Congratulations for being nominated and recognized for what you do and the differences you make in the lives of our students. That's why we're here, and that's the passion we need to always have. Before I get to our students, I want to congratulate those in the audience tonight and those looking who are supporting our students regularly on an ongoing basis. The family and the support groups here, what you do, the hugs, the love, the support, the whatever you do to show them you care regularly builds them up, helps them to keep motivated and keep going. Having that support group is key. To students, your support group is beyond just your family. It's the people around you here. We're all a family. So congratulations to you all. Every one of you in this room has played a part in helping change these students' lives. And lastly, but certainly not least, is congratulations to the students on two things. One, as you heard Kismet mention, just the rigor, the benchmarks to be able to be considered to be nominated for PTK, a 3.5 GPA. And sometimes we only look at that number in just one lens. We have to remember these students are juggling everything outside of just academics, family, work, just different things. To be able to achieve that while juggling everything else, I often tell people that coming to college is not what you learn only in the classroom, it's how you learn how to handle life, right? So congratulations on that. And congratulations on accepting this honor and this opportunity. It is going to open up more doors for you, more opportunities for you to connect with others, more opportunities for you to become not only knowledgeable in your field, but have experience in your field, right? So take every opportunity now that's given to you to continue to learn, to continue to grow, and never lose that desire to learn, even when you go into the field. Always desire and keep doing that, and look and see how you can take this opportunity and make a difference in someone else's life. So congratulations to us all. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this, and I look forward to seeing what happens next, not only tonight, but after tonight. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Surratt. Next, we will have an introduction from, and I'm going to introduce the young lady that's going to introduce the next speaker. So Lindsey Webb is one of the members of the PTK leadership team. Not only has she stepped up to be a part of the leadership team, I appreciate one of her talents, and that's a ranger. So if you need anyone to be able to coordinate and create an Excel spreadsheet, be able to pipe down information, call Lindsey. She has mastered that, and we appreciate her. And she's done so while overcoming some things. So I would like to introduce to you all Lindsey Webb.
I'm honored to introduce our next speaker, who is influential in our Phi Theta Kappa Alumni Association. He's a lieutenant in the United States Coast Guard with 23 years of service. He is currently assigned as the Asset Management Section Chief for the Patrol Boat Product Line in Baltimore, Maryland, and he oversees all casualty and emergency repairs to over 100 cutters. As an engineer, he served as the Engineer Petty Officer and Engineer Officer and has over 11 years of sea time aboard 4 different cutter classes. His education includes an AAS in Mechanical Engineering Technology from Trident Technical College, a Level 1 AutoCAD certificate, a BS in Business Administration from Excelsior College, and is currently pursuing his MBA at Liberty University with an anticipated graduation date of 2022. His journey in Phi Theta Kappa started in 2012 when he was inducted into the Alpha Epsilon Omicron chapter at Trident Technical College. He was then inducted into the Alpha Omega Alumni Association in 2017. He has served as Transfer Fair Committee Chairman and is currently serving as the Carolinas Region Alumni Association President for the Alpha Omega chapter. Please join me in welcoming Buddy Hinkle.
Thank you, Lindsey. Good evening, administrators, faculty, staff, students, family, and friends to the Alpha Mu Rho chapter of Phi Theta Kappa Induction Ceremony. Congratulations, first of all, to all the students who have achieved this goal. This is the first step in what can be an incredible journey. This journey will be what you make it. My journey has been bumpy, but it saved my Coast Guard career. Though it seems ironic that I say that Phi Theta Kappa saved my Coast Guard career, because had it not been for the Coast Guard, I would have not have even had the opportunity to join Phi Theta Kappa. So, basically going to give you a little bit of my journey through Phi Theta Kappa as a student and then also as an alumni, because alumni make a huge difference, and your journey doesn't end when you graduate. So for some members of the military, obviously, it can be a lonely road. We miss birthdays, we miss holidays with family, we miss reunions and other family events. That also makes it very hard to connect on the outside, because our time is spent, we spend so much time with our units and the members that we have within our immediate dimensions, that we don't have that connection point. So in 2009, I was considering calling it quits, and that would have put me at 11 years of my Coast Guard career. But I was ready to quit. I was unable to make it home for my father's funeral in 2009 because of my responsibilities to the Coast Guard. 2010 was a very trying year for me. I spent 7 months, day in and day out, at a dry dock availability, followed by 3 months of a rigorous crane overhaul, to be followed up only by 1 more month of ongoing evaluations and inspections that all had to be passed. I was tired. I literally was ready to walk away. Then I got a call, and timing is everything. So I got the call saying that I was one of 6 Coast Guard members selected to take part in what we call the Advanced Computer Engineering Technology Program that allows a member of the Coast Guard to basically take a step back from the Coast Guard for 2 years and earn an associate's degree. But it came with a catch. In order to do that, I had to obligate 3 more years of service. So, had some soul searching to do. But obviously I took it. So I got my degree in, as Lindsey said, mechanical engineering technology from Trident Tech, hoping that those 2 years would give me that renewed spirit that I had when I joined the Coast Guard, and for the first 8 years of my career where I loved and enjoyed doing what I was doing. So I chose to go to Trident Tech. I had already been stationed in Charleston once, thought it was a great place to go, had some friends that had gone through the program there that had also talked very highly about it. So when I got my first invitation to Phi Theta Kappa, I did nothing with it because I had never heard of Phi Theta Kappa. So when I got my second one, I was like, okay. And then I found out that one of my best friends that I was spending quite a bit of time with at the university was also a member who had joined at a previous college. So I was like, all right, let's give this a shot. So I did. And it changed a lot of things for me. One, probably prior to joining Phi Theta Kappa, I would not be standing here right now. I was the typical INTJ. So I would not be here. But I've come a long way, and I owe a lot of that to Phi Theta Kappa. Through the 4 hallmarks of Phi Theta Kappa, scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship, I've grown. I've challenged my junior guys and my subordinates, even my superiors, to like, if you don't have a degree, get it. It makes all the difference. And the way things are going with technology, it's getting harder and harder to get that job without at least a degree, or at least an associate's degree, or some sort of education. I challenge all of you students to apply for the PTK scholarships that are out there, and even the scholarships outside of PTK. As Ms. Kismet mentioned, one of the winners for the Joan Keller Scholarship that the alumni offers is sitting right here. So take advantage of all those scholarships. Take advantage of everything PTK has to offer. The region offers 3 events a year. That is a great time of fellowship, learning, and just all new opportunities. Every time I go, I learn something new. And I only got to go to 1 as a student. So if you're a student, I recommend you take as many of those opportunities as you can, because they are a great time and a lot of fun. As far as leadership, take advantage of the leadership series. The PTK offers a leadership development series that we can take for free, that many people on the outside pay hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars for the information and the knowledge that you're gaining through the leadership series. So take advantage of that. Service, give back. The Honors in Action projects, the college projects. I know for me, I have found that giving back is way more rewarding than getting myself. And that's just me. And fellowship, we spend a lot of time together, and the fellowship never goes away. Like, through all the classes, through all the meetings, and everything that we do as a group of Phi Theta Kappa, that fellowship's always there. And you're always expanding your networks. And take advantage of PTK Connect. It is a new service that PTK is offering. Allows you to find different scholarships. They're working with jobs and other avenues that are going to be very beneficial coming down. So as I said, my journey, when I graduated, I kind of backed out of Phi Theta Kappa completely. I kind of was like, all right, yeah, I got it, and I kind of walked away. But Phi Theta Kappa has a way of drawing you back time after time after time. No matter how many times you try to step away, it's going to pull you back in. So I stepped away, and being stationed in Texas, it was kind of difficult. So I got a phone call, said, hey, Catalyst is going to be in San Antonio. Come. I was like, well, okay, but I got to get time off. They're like, okay, well, get the time off. So my chapter drugged me in to my first national convention. And granted, I was already an alumni. But it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it kind of renewed my spirit again for a little while. And then, again, because being stationed so far from the Carolinas, it took me a little while to kind of figure out where I was going to fit in. So I volunteered. I started helping the chapter with proofreading HIA projects, volunteering where I could for college projects. If they were doing a food drive for the grocery vault, it would be easier for me to send money so they could go buy groceries than it would be for me to send groceries. So I would send money and help stock the food pantry. So those little things kind of kept me involved. So I made it a point that I was going to start attending, I was going to use my leave to attend PTK functions. So I started to do that. So the three functions for the region and Catalyst were my four functions that I made at a point to start attending. In 2017, my chapter surprised me again by giving me the Distinguished Alumni Award for everything that I was doing behind the scenes, and it felt great. And I kept going, and I started pushing through, and I'm like, this is fun. This is fun. So now I'm stationed in Maryland, and I ran for president of Alpha Omega Alumni in 2020. So my term is coming to an end in 22. But I ran and I won. And my goals was to get the alumni back out here to the chapters to do things like this, speak to the chapters and be involved in the chapters events. But then COVID hit. So it was a challenge. We tried to do what we could, but as alumni, we still managed to make quite a difference. And we were actually recognized by nationals last year as the fourth or the third runner-up best alumni organization in the United States, which was the first time that the Alumni Association has won that award. So we were super excited. So as an alumni, we're here to help you. We're here to support all the students, all the staff, the advisors. We do college transfer fair. We do various other programs to give back to the students, the scholarships. In fact, we just announced a new scholarship at our leadership this fall for the transfer scholarship. So please take advantage of all those opportunities, make those connections, and enjoy this journey, and it will change you. Thank you.
Thank you, Buddy, for sharing your experience. It is important for our students to know that just because you join Phi Theta Kappa while you're here at Forsyth Tech doesn't mean that it ends. That you still have an opportunity to grow and be able to have experiences that you may not have otherwise had by being a part of this honor society. When Buddy talks about life-changing, it is life-changing, even for the advisors. And so I would mention a couple of things. One, Catalyst is amazing. So, yeah, but we got to get some fundraising to get the Catalyst. We're going to Denver, Colorado, Aurora for this year. So I hope that we're able to take several students to that amazing event. And then Buddy mentioned the Leadership Development Program. So I'm excited to announce that we will be offering at Forsyth Tech Humanities 280, which is the Leadership Development course, and we will be using the Phi Theta Kappa Leadership Development Program, so our students can now participate, whether they're in PTK or not, as part of that. So that comes up in fall of 2022. So be on the lookout and go ahead and sign up for that course. Next, I would like to introduce Glory Ordonias Carboni. Glory is also a member of our leadership team. She is one of our international students coming from Costa Rica, and we appreciate her because she has a creative side. She is organized and oftentimes reminds me that I need to get something done, and I appreciate it. I say send me an email so I make sure it's on my calendar. But no, we appreciate having Glory as part of our leadership team, and she's here to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Kismet, and good afternoon. I am extremely honored today to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Krishna Heinz Gaither. Dr. Heinz Gaither serves as the Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Guilford College in Greensboro, North Carolina. As a former professor, she has taught Spanish, Women's Studies, African Diaspora Studies, and Afro-Latin American Studies for over 20 years. She received her PhD in Cultural Studies from UNC Greensboro, her master's degree in Spanish education from Wake Forest University, and her bachelor's degree also in Spanish education from Salem College. Likewise, she's a very proud 1999 graduate of Forsyth Technical Community College in the Associate in Arts College Transfer Program, and a recipient of Forsyth Tech's 2007 Distinguished Alumni Award. She is also a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Dr. Heinz Gaither is the owner of Heinz Gaither Consulting, LLC, a firm that is dedicated to supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion commitments. Her consulting firm employs over a dozen expert consultants throughout the country. Dr. Heinz Gaither is a frequent speaker and a consultant to top-rated companies throughout the United States. Welcome, Dr. Heinz Gaither.
Good afternoon. Javier. Okay. So, thank you for the introduction, and thank you, Kismet, for having me, and thank you, all of my Forsyth Tech family, for welcoming me back. It's an absolute pleasure to be here this afternoon. Javier. So I want to kind of talk to you all a little bit, and I want you to talk back to me. So there'll be a few times where I'll stop, and it will seem rhetorical, but I really do want you to speak back to me, and I'll let you know when those moments come. So let's get started. I thought what I would do, kind of similar to what my colleague did, tell you a little bit about my journey, about my story, about the way that I got here. So yeah, all right. So I graduated from high school, from Glenn High School. Any Bobcats in here? What? What? Let me take my glasses off. Okay, awesome. So I graduated from Glenn High School in 1996. When did you all graduate? 02? 03. Okay. This is one of those, see how I really want you to talk back to me. This is real. Okay, 02 and 03. Awesome. I did. And later I came to Forsyth Tech. Now it's almost 25 years later. It's going to fly by. It's unbelievable, like to say it was 25 years ago. Many shifts and pivots have taken place. For example, in 1997, on Forsyth Tech's campus, this building did not exist. Well, that's not true. Not in the iteration that it is now. And so the Strickling Center was not a thing when I was at Forsyth Tech. Something called the internet was still quite abstract to most of us in the mid-90s. And it would be yet another 2 or 3 years before I would even have an email address. Do you all remember when Biscuitville used to be across the street from Forsyth Tech? Okay, long time ago. But as a student, we would always run across the street to Biscuitville between classes. Then we would be late because the lines would be so long, and it was a whole drama around just going to Biscuitville. And they gave us 10% off. I don't know if they do it at the one down the street, but when it was across the street, because so many of our students used to go, we got 10% off just going to Biscuitville. All right. So a few more things. Not only was my entrance into Forsyth Tech very eventful, but also my exit. And so I graduated in 1999, as the speaker just said before me. This was the year before the world was supposed to end. Do you all remember Y2K? Do you remember that? You remember that too? Oh my goodness, okay. So that was the thing. I was absolutely terrified of the year 2000. And it's hard to believe now that we were terrified of a year, but absolutely terrified of the year 2000. And so everyone was terrified of the looming Y2K, when all the technological advances as we knew them, they were supposed to shut down. On January 1st, 2000, there was a global sigh of relief to learn that the world was still intact. The #1 movie of 1997 was The Titanic. And it was a historical drama about romance between two people who were from really different sides of the tracks. What headlines, if you were to think 25 years from now, this is one of those moments I want you to talk to me, what headlines will you remember of today? What are some of the headlines that you will remember the last few years? COVID, for sure. What else? Black Lives Matter? Yes. It really did shut down, yes. What else? This side of the room, what will some of the headlines be? You're giving this speech 25 years from now. What will you be remembering? January 6th. Oh, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Many surmise that we are now in the midst of 2 pandemics, one being the plague of racialized violence, and the other being the largest public health crisis of the past 100 years. How will the times in which we live today shape our world in years to come? So a little bit more about my journey with Forsyth Tech. Not only was I a student, but I also was a Spanish instructor right here at Forsyth Tech. I recall when I first became a teacher, there was an older African-American woman named Betty Dillard. She later became the dean. Do any of you take classes at the Maisie Woodruff Center? Some do, okay. So she was the first dean of the Maisie Woodruff Center and a really great mentor to me. And so she pulled me aside and she explained, she said, as an African-American woman, and Betty is also an African-American woman, she said, you're going to learn that there will be days when you will enter the classroom and you will be completely dismissed and viewed as less qualified. Through my rose-colored glasses, I really wanted to believe that that was not true. And I really believe that if I did good work, if I put good energy into the world, it would automatically be reciprocated. But I'm sad to say Betty was right. There were those moments where because I was a woman, men may have thought I was less qualified. Because I was African American, others may have thought I was less qualified. That was real. When you're in a very positive point in your life, you're being honored here today because you've done great things. Even though it was kind of daunting to me to realize that these things do exist, I want you to know you're doing something really great here today, and don't let anybody take that away from you. When you enter the job market, you may face the same things, but I want you to remember that you are inductees, and your life has prepared you for everything that will come. When you fall down, let the love that you receive from your village be the spark that causes you to get back up. And so when I look at people who are really achieving beautiful things, it always reminds me that they didn't get here by themselves. that someone was with them. Parents, friends, loved ones, someone was with them. The spirit realm, ancestors, and it always makes me wonder who helped them to get to this point. So I was recently looking on LinkedIn, and I saw this report about Forsyth Tech, that they were about to do this program with Piedmont Circle Housing Project. Is that going on? Is it happening? Okay. I was looking at my computer screen, and this came across my LinkedIn feed, and I broke down and started crying. Why do you think that hit me so strongly? Any ideas why? I grew up in Piedmont Circle Housing Projects. And it just shook me when I saw that across my LinkedIn. I'm not a person who feels that I made it out of a community. I'm not a person who feels that I'm in a better location now. I absolutely love where I came from, love it. Hard stop, period. I love it. And so it made me, and I thought there's so much opportunity in those communities and so many people who are so smart and have so much potential and oftentimes just need someone to help to guide them along the way. And so when I saw that on my LinkedIn, I knew I was going to start crying, so I'm prepared. Look, I even got, look at this, y'all. I even have a Forsyth Tech napkin, okay? I am so prepared. So when I saw that, it hit me, and I commented immediately, and I said pretty much what I just said to you all. I immediately put a comment in. I was just so proud of Forsyth Tech for doing that, because that wasn't there, you know, when I was growing up there. But the fact that it's there now, it just meant so much to me when I saw that. And so, like Leonardo DiCaprio's character in the Titanic, Jack Dawson, many would also say that I came from the wrong side of the tracks, whatever that may mean. I grew up in East Winston, and I was raised by very hardworking parents. My parents had always felt it was important to expose me to un mundo de posibilidades, or a world of possibilities. My mother had actually attended Winston-Salem State University for nursing, but she did not complete her degree. No one in my family actually had a college degree. I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. Forsyth Tech is where my journey in higher education began. I worked as a waitress in a restaurant from the time I was 15 years old until the time I was 22 years old. At Mayflower Seafood Restaurant, for those who know. That was my job from 15 to 22. One day, while I was working at that restaurant, a woman named Carolyn came in to eat at my section. As she was preparing to leave to pay her bill, she asked if she could speak with me. She mentioned that she worked for the airlines, for U.S. Airlines. She explained that I had been a very professional waitress with a very pleasant demeanor. She asked if I had ever considered working as a flight attendant, and I said no. She went on to explain that my skills as a waitress were quite compatible with what I would be doing in the air. She then added a detail that would change the course of my life. Carolyn said, "Krishna, if you would go back to school to learn a foreign language, you could do international flights, and then you would be able to see the world, and you would earn even more money." This was the first plan that I had received in terms of my future. Since high school, love it. Since high school, I had always loved Spanish. Therefore, I decided to pursue what Carolyn had shared with me. I came to Forsyth Tech, where I worked with individuals like Gwen Cook to complete all of the paperwork. I enrolled in the college transfer program. How many of you are in the college transfer program? Okay, several. And where are you thinking of transferring after you finish? Have you gotten that far yet? Winston-Salem State, ECU, UNC. Awesome. So I entered at Forsyth Tech the Spanish classroom of Susan Keener. She's now retired from Forsyth Tech. Susie, as she is affectionately known, would become another great force in my life. I just want to mention this because Carolyn, who came into Forsyth Tech, was an African-American, who came into my restaurant was an African-American woman. Susie is a white woman. And so Susie became a great force in my life. Susie and I we actually had very little in common. She was a white woman from Hickory, North Carolina. with very different political views than me. She was a different race, different socioeconomic class. But what mattered about Susie was that she cared so much about people. In the classroom, Susie pushed me harder than I had ever been pushed before. She was a kind, spiritual, and very caring person. Like Carolyn, she saw something in me that I did not quite see in myself. I remember when I got the letter, like you mentioned, to be inducted into Phi Theta Kappa. In high school, I was very unmotivated and didn't do a whole lot with myself in high school, just let me tell you, quite unmotivated. And so when I came to Forsyth Tech, it was like a new start for me. And I actually realized that I was intelligent at Forsyth Tech. I did not know that in high school. I truly did not. I had a very different experience in high school. I had too much fun at Glenn High School, way too much fun. But when I got that letter, it really showed me you're intelligent. When I got into Susie's class, it showed me you can go so much further than what you believe you can do. And those were real pivotal moments for me. And so Susie was a fierce advocate and a mentor over the 3 years that I was here at Forsyth Tech. To this day, we still get together every Christmas and oftentimes for breakfast. She set the bar really high. While pursuing my associate's degree, Susie explained that if I wanted to truly be fluent in Spanish, I needed to go abroad. She and I researched programs and scholarships, and I decided to travel to Cuernavaca, Morelos, Mexico, to study for the summer. And Cuernavaca is la ciudad de la primavera eterna, which means it's the city of eternal spring. It's like 70 degrees year-round there. It's really a beautiful, beautiful place in Mexico. To be able to afford the stay in Mexico, I applied for scholarships, and I worked double shifts at the restaurant. Upon my return to the United States, because I was in Mexico for 3 months, upon my return to the United States, my Spanish had gone to another level, but it was time for me to transfer, so to ECU, to UNC, to Winston-Salem State, like all of you will be doing. It was time for me to transfer to a 4-year college. Again, I went right back to Susie, and I researched different schools in the area. And so I want to pause because in, get my names right, in Buddy's speech, he mentioned one of the hallmarks of Phi Theta Kappa, which is service and giving back. Susie Keener, not only did anyone in my family they didn't have college degrees, they had also not traveled abroad outside of the country. And so things like getting a passport was a really new experience and a new world for me. And so Susie said, I want you to call your mother, and I want you all to meet me at K&W, restaurant for breakfast. So I called Mom, we met Susie for breakfast. And Susie said, because I'd already gotten the money and I had raised enough money and worked hard enough to get the money to go to Mexico, but still getting a visa to go to Mexico. Getting a passport to go to Mexico. All of these things were really, I'd never flown before. I had never been on an airplane before. And so Susie said, call Mom. And so we met her at the restaurant, and she really walked me this is service like at the highest level. And she said, okay, your visa is only for 3 months. So you need to make sure you're back in the United States before your visa ends. When you go through customs, don't wear sunglasses, don't wear things that cover your, and she explained to me like going through customs, all these things that I had never heard of before. And that's what she gave to me. That was service to me and to my family. And so we researched different schools, and I transferred to Salem College. No one mentioned Salem, but I transferred to Salem College, where I received my bachelor's degree in Spanish. While at Salem, Susie called me and told me about a master's program at Wake Forest that she had recommended. I reviewed the program, and I asked for an interview. I received a full academic scholarship, because remember I told you I found out I was smart at Forsyth Tech. I received a full academic scholarship to the master's program in Spanish education at Wake Forest University. 6 years after graduating from Wake Forest, I enrolled in a doctoral program at UNC Greensboro, where I received my PhD in cultural studies. After graduating from Wake Forest, I came back to Forsyth Tech to teach here. And in 2004, Salem College offered me a position, a full-time teaching position, and then I went there. Now, some 17 years later, President Janet Spriggs called me, and knowing that I had a diversity consulting firm, she asked me would I come to Forsyth Tech and help with some diversity initiatives here. I worked with Forsyth Tech just this past year with several folks who are here in the room for 4 months as a diversity consultant. It was an absolute honor to come back to my alma mater and to see the incredible work like what I mentioned with Piedmont Circle. There are so many people here. Susie, I've named her. Gwen Cook, I've named her, but there are so many people unnamed here who helped me tremendously, and they know who they are. So today, inductees of Phi Theta Kappa, you are being recognized for your accomplishments. Like my mentor told me, you will always be able to call Forsyth Tech home. You will ever be engrafted into this Forsyth Tech family, and you have begun a legacy of higher education that will germinate for so many generations to come. I have several siblings, and I have a brother who went to the Naval Academy, a brother who came to study architecture here at Forsyth Tech, a brother who's in the another brother who's in the Navy right now, a sister who graduated from UNC Charlotte, a sister who has her master's from Liberty University, so congrats, and then another sister who has her doctorate and is at UNC. And so look at the legacy that this place has had on my entire family. I want to take a moment to also acknowledge your village, because we know that you did not get here by yourself. And so thank you to all who have supported you. In closing, a few years ago, I had the privilege of attending Dr. Maya Angelou's birthday party. And while we were at the party, the organizers of the party, they said to Dr. Angelou, they said, we have classical music today. We'll be playing classical music. And she said, what do you mean by classical music? And they're looking at Dr. Angelou like, of course you know what classical music is, right? And so they say, but you can't say that to Dr. Maya Angelou, right? So they say to her, and I'm right on the front row, so I'm watching this whole thing unfold. And they say to Dr. Angelou, they said, well, we're gonna have like Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, you know, and they're naming all the greats. Dr. Maya Angelou threw her head back. She said, oh, is that what you mean? She wasn't discounting that or discrediting that at all, because these are all treasures of culture. But she said that is European classical. Classical to the United States, she said, I'm hearing her say all of this with my own ears, is jazz, blues, Negro spirituals, rock and roll. And so what is bluegrass? What is endemic to the United States? That's our classical. What started and was birthed here is our classical. I never thought about it like that. Oftentimes, to my inductees, we are looking for all that is good and all that is great to be out there or in another place. We look for affirmation and success outside of ourselves, not realizing that greatness lies right within you. Greatness is within this place, in Forsyth Tech. Sometimes we feel we will be great once something happens. And so I used to say, you know, when I finish my associate's degree, then. When I finish my bachelor's degree, then. When I get married, then. When I get my PhD, then. But I want to say to you, every moment that you endure, every moment that you hustle, when you're up, when other people are sleeping, when you're asking curious questions, that is a testament to the greatness that is at work within you. You are already all that you need to be. So thank you all for this time, and congratulations.
Let's give our two speakers another round of applause. So thank you, Dr. Heinz Gaither. And just so that you all know, to put a little context on her story, Gwen Cook is Gwen Whitaker, who is retiring. So be sure to say hello and thank you before she retires. And she may still be on campus because she works overtime. Like, she be in the back working hard for our students, and we appreciate it. And I appreciate both Buddy and Dr. Heinz Gaither sharing their stories. And that was the intent behind it. I wanted you all to hear different stories of how people arrived where they are today and know that they started at a community college and that they started their journey through an honor society that honors students at a community college. And oftentimes community colleges get a bad rap, which is not what it should be. Know that you are valued, you are worthy, you have opportunities that some others may not ever have. And you have opportunities just as much as at a four-year college. So if you want to travel internationally, we're back at Study Away. We have 3 programs coming up: France, Argentina, and Ireland. So sign up. There's scholarships available. Take part of it, okay? Also, there are opportunities to grow, it sounds like, in multiple fields. Whether it's something cultural, whether it's something mechanical or engineering, you have that opportunity here at Forsyth Tech. So take advantage of it. All right, so now before I do that, I want to say thank you to our 2 speakers. So I'm going to give you a small gift. So for the time that you all came here, what it was all about, we now will be inducting and recognizing the students who have decided to join Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Just to give you all some instructions, as you see, allows you all to sit with your families, and that's intentional. Oftentimes when we celebrate, we force you to sit in a small box and stay put and file in line, and folks want to scream and shout and say your name, and we're like, nope, sorry, shh, not here. We want you to shout and scream. I got it, yes, all right. So shout, scream when you hear your family member's name being called. Your friends, your colleagues, shout, scream, and celebrate with them. So when you hear your name called, please do me a favor. At the end of this blue table on the floor, there's a book. I captured the signatures of all of our members as they join. Be sure to sign our membership book. For our inductees, please grab a white rose and meet our Vice President for Student Success, Dr. Mason Sawyer. Did I give you a doctorate? I just gave you a doctorate. Just own it. Go ahead and claim it. So Mason Sawyer, it's okay. We all got doctorates by the time it's all done with. So Mason Sawyer will be there to greet and congratulate you in the center. Turn around, smile for the camera. Also, one other note. After everyone is at the end of the program, we're going to do a group picture. So make sure you all stick around for the group picture. Okay? All right. IT, we ready? All right, Abby Garner. Abby, are you here? Abiana Ballard. Alexandra Henry. Amanda Schaefer. Yeah, so there's sign the book at the end. And Amanda is in the Associate in Applied Science Human Services Technology program. Yep, grab her white rose. There you go. And turn around so we can get a picture. Come back, come back, come back. Don't run. Smile. Yeah, if you want. There you go. We're going to have memories of masks for it. That's going to be. All right. Congratulations, Amanda. Angie Doty. Anthony De La Fey. And Anthony is in our automotive technology program. Yes. And this is important. Oftentimes when we hear about our students, we only hear about the traditional academic program, so it's great to have our technical students join as well. Congratulations, Anthony. Antonio Hanna. So Antonio is coming for a second round with at Forsyth Tech. He's working on the certificate in human services technology for substance abuse. Antonio is also a student ambassador. Awesome. No hiding, Antonio. Thank you, Antonio. Bernard Robinson. So Bernard is in the welding program, and also Bernard is one of the students that we come. Don't you run away! You come. Oh. No, okay, I'll give it to you. Now he gets his picture. So Bernard was one of our students that completed the Research Edge. We had about 10 students to complete on one weekend, and he was with us, so we appreciate it. Thank you. Brittany Santana. And yes, feel free to clap. We also have folks watching online, so they may actually be participating online. Kason Redfield. Carolyn McMahon. Carolyn's part of our Career and College Promise program, so that means she's dually enrolled in high school and college at the same time. All right. Congratulations, Carolyn. Daniel May Casanillo. She too is in the Early College of Forsyth and dually enrolled, working towards an associate's in arts. It's okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, I promise. Oh, we can find some more pens. How about this? Here we go. Dustin Tilley. Dustin is in the Associate in Arts Transfer Program. NC State, right, Dusty? Yes. All right, NC State is where he's planning to transfer. He too was part of the group of students that completed the Research Edge. And Dusty is part of our Student Government Association.
no easy feat to be invited to join this honor society. Not only does it recognize your significant academic achievements, but it also values your leadership, your service, and your commitment. It is our country's most prestigious scholarly organization for two-year colleges, and you join more than 3.5 million other brilliant difference makers throughout the world now that you are inducted. You now join, for example, the ranks of famous Phi Theta Kappa alumni, folks like Jean Kirkpatrick, a former UN ambassador, Jim Layer, host of PBS NewsHour, astronaut Fred Hayes, who served on the Apollo 13 mission, and Emmy Award-winning actress Celia Ward. It is my sincere hope that PTK will, just like Forsyth Tech, be a catalyst for positive change in your life as you continue on your journey and your upward trajectory. I am thrilled and honored to be able to be here virtually with you today to celebrate, and I cannot wait to see what you all will go on to do and accomplish. So I'll say it one more time. Way to go, students. I am so very proud of you, and I hope that everyone here tonight in person with you will join me once again in another round of applause for these amazing Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society students. Congratulations once again, students, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be here with you virtually tonight.
And we would like to thank Dr. Spriggs for sending congratulatory remarks and for being a strong supporter of Phi Theta Kappa. She likes to partake in any program where we get to celebrate our students, and this is one of them. Before we go, we're wrapping up. We recognize the inductees today, but I will also like to recognize any other members of PTK who may be in the room. Please stand. Also waving and joining us is alumni of Forsyth Tech and former VP of PTK for Fellowship, Curtis Walker, former SGA president, is in the house. Welcome back, Curtis. So a couple things as we close. One, I hope this was a great celebration for everyone here. And yes, I am standing between you and the food. But a couple of things. You heard Buddy talk about scholarships. I think even Dr. Heinz Gaither mentioned scholarships. Phi Theta Kappa has numerous scholarships that are available to you. There are a couple of ones that most folks, don't even realize that are really easy. By you just joining Phi Theta Kappa, many colleges provide scholarships as soon as you walk on campus, ranging anywhere between $500 to a full ride. Take advantage of it. There are hundreds of schools that are listed on the PTK website. Go look at them, go check them out. Also, the international scholarship deadline is December 1st. We recently just had another student to be a recipient of one of the international scholarships, and we're really proud to celebrate that student. Keep in mind, we have several service projects that are coming up. So be on the lookout for the water bottles, and we will be asking folks to help us out soon to do a cleanup of the waterway, which is Peters Creek in the Heinz Park area. So be on the lookout for that announcement. Also, we will be announcing that we will be doing a donation drive to help children experiencing homelessness. Both of these projects are part of our Carolinas Region services to give back. So for the donation drive, we're asking folks to donate gently used or new luggage, new sheets, and new journals. We will be giving these to 2 local organizations in the region. And then I'm excited to announce that in 2022, our chapter celebrates 35 years. So hopefully we'll have a really big celebration. So make sure you come back for that celebration and invite friends and family to that one. So again, I want to say congratulations to all of our inductees. Congratulations to our faculty and staff who were recognized. Thank you to my colleagues in the Student Life and Engagement Office for supporting me in this. Thank you to my work study students. Thank you to Student Government Association and student ambassadors, because all of them helped. Thank you to Mason and Stacy for playing backup today. I appreciate it. Definitely thank you to our catering service. Thank you to our conference services for helping to make this possible today. Thank you to ITS and to marketing for supporting us today. Yes, at some point I will get the pictures and that we will get them back out to you all. Don't forget to our inductees that Jenny's going to meet you all. Where would you like them to meet? On the stage. So join us on the stage so we can take a group picture, bring your flower, okay? So that will happen immediately after we conclude. And then just so you all know, there are refreshments in the back. There are 2 different sets. I think that's a hot and a cold, and they're prepackaged. There's hand sanitizers at that door and that table. So I hope you all enjoy it. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Thank you all again. So inductees on the stage.
So you're super tall, right? How awesome is